Hi guys, it's me, your resident Bree here. I am back with another video. Black lives still matter, and those links are still in my description below. So my assumption is that if you're watching this video, you watched last week's video. The first video was how to get ready and prepare for the twist. This video is how to maintain them. So if you have your twist in your hair for about 2 weeks now, you know, it's been some time, they're getting a little frizzy. I'm just gonna show you the steps that I use to bring my twist back to life before I need to wash my hair and without having to take the twist out. I did majority of my hair off camera yesterday, so this side of my hair is already done. It's already replenished, looking fresh, looking new. And I left 3 pieces out in this front area. Oh, there it goes. It's already catching itself. To show you guys on camera the steps that I do. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so we're back. So you see I'm a little bit closer to the camera, and that's just because what I'm going to show you guys, it just will work a whole lot better if I'm pushed in. I don't have to keep zooming in and out. This process is super easy, but it does take time, so I would just schedule out a little part of your day, just a little bit, to do this, because this is not something that you can do and just run out the door in 15 minutes. The first thing I like to do is oil my entire scalp. Now this is why I tell you in the first video to make your lines as neat as possible when you're doing this, because it'll make the oiling process a lot easier. You won't have to keep going over the same areas and miss any spots. The oil that I like to use is the Vitamin E oil by Hollywood Beauty. It can be used on hair and skin. It promotes healthy, younger looking hair, and it does damage control to your hair. Pretty much all I do is I start to part my hair. I have a U-shaped kind of part all the way around my head, so I can just kind of put my finger through the part all the way around, put those twists up, oil in between those sections, and keep going and going, and it really is that simple. And I pretty much do that for my entire head. The lines really come in handy because all I have to do is get a section of hair, flip it to the front. I usually have a scrunchie or some type of clamp that holds the hair in place, hit it with that oil, and keep doing it until my entire hair is oiled. So that's part one of this entire thing. You always want to make sure that you keep your scalp oiled while you have twists in like this. Obviously your scalp is a lot more exposed to the elements, and you just want to make sure your hair is going to be good, okay? You don't want no breakage out of these twists. These are protective. They're supposed to be protective, so make sure that they protect. The second part of this is where the tedious work comes in. Like I told you guys, I left 3 strands in the front of my hair out. As you can see, the hair on this side that I left out is way frizzier than this side. This side has a lot more catch to it. There's a lot more stray hairs that have come out of the twist, whereas my left side is a little bit more cleaner. Now the whole point of using Marley Twists is so that my hair can look a little bit rough, so it looks more natural to my texture. So yeah, you're always going to have some flyaways, but you saw the right side had way more flyaways. So I'm going to show you guys how I deal with that. You need 2 things. I only have 1 on camera, but just know you need 2, maybe 3 things. Number 1, you're gonna need scissors. These are actually hair shears that I bought a long time ago by Canon. I'm pretty sure they're duller than dull, but that's okay because we're not really trying to cut real hair here. We're just trimming off the sides. The second thing you'll need, and probably the third thing you'll need, is a clip and some type of scrunchie. It's easier to just kind of clip smaller sections together as you're going, so you don't have to keep taking a band off and putting it back on. But when you have enough of a section done, you want to go ahead and put a scrunchie or some type of band, hair band, on the hair to keep it out of your face. Also, I don't really know if this is like a thing I should have to say, but a mirror will help. Okay, let's start on this first one. So as you can see the little stragglies all on this bad boy. So what you want to do is you want to take these scissors, and it doesn't really matter if you want to start at the top of the hair, the bottom of the hair. It's up to you. It's your own preference. You want to cut up one side directly. You can twist around in your hand as you're doing it. I started doing that, but I'm just going to get as close to the actual twist as possible. I'll go in and do detail work later, but you just want to make sure like these really long scraggly ends get cut off. Now, a question you may ask yourself is like, well, what do the scraggly ends do? It's not really going to dread to itself, but it can catch on to other scraggly ends of other twists, and it will start to pull hair out of the twist, and that is not what you want to happen, because if all of the hair in your twist is getting pulled out of other twists, that's how you're going to kind of get your hair stuck together. The more you pull it apart, the worse it's going to get. You just want to continue to go up the strand, and you want to continue to go up all the way to about where your hair stops. And feel free to get as meticulous as you want to get with this. Just make sure it's to your liking. You'll probably have to do some cleanup work afterwards. Do that, and don't forget to clip those long scraggly ends of the twist. You can always reseal your twist. I'm not going to do it today. Just make sure that you are getting every little stray hair possible. Once you're done with it and you've done all the little trimmings that you want to do with your hair, this is when you would use a clip. I don't really need to use a clip because I know exactly what 3 I left out, but you want to use a clip and start clipping things together. That way when you're doing this, you can kind of clip them together, maybe even flip them back, but you will keep them separated from the ones that you did not do already. Be very mindful of where your actual hair is. You don't want to cut your actual hair off. You just want to be mindful of where you're cutting and how much you're cutting, how close you're cutting to it, because sometimes if you cut too close, you'll actually cut the actual twist, and you don't want to dismantle your whole twist because of that. So just be careful when you're doing this, but it will make a big difference. It makes your hair look uniform, it makes it look brand new, and you can do this process every time you do your twist. Even if you refreshen them, wash them, and do it again, you can do that. But this really helps to keep your hair from A, getting pulled out of the twist, and B, for hair in the twist itself from getting pulled out of the twist. So now you guys can see the result of doing that trim. Again, like I just showed you before, the hair was getting attached to itself, it was getting stuck, but now it looks just like the other side. It looks nice and clean, maybe a little flyaway here and there, but it's really worth it to do this instead of having to retwist my entire hair, because it's just a quick trim up. A next step, which I actually completely forgot, is a product that I use, but I use this. Instead of resetting my hair with hot water, I like to use mousse or some type of setting foam. As of right now, my mousse of choice is Olive Oil's Hold and Shine Wrap Set Mousse infused with coconut oil for restorative shine. I've literally used this mousse since I started doing my twists. I only use it for my twists, and I've had it probably since 2018, and I'm just now running out of it. It works wonders for my hair, and it works wonders to keep my twists nice and fresh. What you're gonna do is you're gonna pump some in your hand, and you're going to go all the way down to the ends of your hair and place it there first. Why? Because if you retwisted any hair, you want to make sure that you reset that hair in place, because naturally it wants to cling to itself anyway. Doing that first, make sure that your hair is sealed at the end and it won't come unraveled. Then you can continuously pump it into your hand and apply it to the rest of your strands all the way up to the top of your head or to your scalp. Now that you've done that, you're going to let it air dry. As you can see, I'm running out of it, but when you put a whole lot on it and you let it air dry, it gets nice and firm and your hair is pretty much reset. And I'm just going to kind of show you guys without having to do a voiceover. You can't tell where the twists end in the bunch because they all look the same. You can see it looks very smooth. Now there's a couple of different ways I like to do like an overall trim. You can trim up it, which is probably the easiest. And when you do that though, you want to make sure when you're trimming up your hair, you're trimming and turning, because you're making sure everything is getting a makeover, so that when your hair is down like this, you're not seeing random flyaways come out of your hair. So yeah, I do that. And then finally, much like how I said in my other video, I top it off with my Rasta Jamaican Mango Lime Spray. It literally reminds me of when I went on vacation, because I use this every single day. You can do this in the oiling process, or you can do it after. I do mine during the oiling process, but sometimes I do it after, just a little something extra. Smells delicious. Helps your scalp from being itchy, and you can just spray it. I like to shake it just a little bit. Spray it directly on your twists. You're gonna smell tropical, sis. Or sir. We don't discriminate. You can honestly use this on your regular hair when you're doing your regular 2-strand twist. I only ever really use it for when I am doing my twist extensions, because I don't wear my 2-strand twists in their twists like out. I always do it for a twist out. So you can use it for that as well, but it is a great thing to consider buying. Okay. So as you can see, you cannot even tell. My hair looks brand new. It looks like I just did it. It's not catching on itself at all. My fingers are running straight through the hair. The spray gives my hair a nice little shine. And yeah, I can go another 2 to 3 weeks. If you don't want to wash your hair while the twist is in your hair, you can always just keep retrimming it. Obviously you want to clean your scalp at some point, but this is always an option. This always does me right. It saves me from having to wash my hair and do this whole process all over again. It makes the twists last longer, and it makes them even cuter. So now you know how to maintain your 2-strand twist. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell me what you guys do to maintain your twist. I might be able to add some of your stuff into my repertoire. You never know. I hope you guys found this video informative. I will see you guys next week. Bye, loves.